All right, let's get this out of the way. This is probably a topic that we keep shoving under the rug, but let's give it a little bit of light. The player empowerment in today's time is so much more different from where it was in the early 2000s to now. In the early 2000s, you would never really hear discussions about players moving from school to school, players getting incentives, allowances. You wouldn't hear that. But nowadays, there is a level of normalcy where players are in the media because they get really good offers from some of the top tier schools in the country that are backed by some very big businesses, sponsors, and they get a lot of incentives. Now, I'm not mad at that. Quite the contrary. If you can make your bread, make your bread. It is crazy, however, that in the collegiate scene, the player empowerment is a lot more influential, impactful. You can choose any kind of adjective to describe it in that sense, especially in leagues like the UAAP and the NCAA, more so than any other league in the country. You don't see players in the PBA or the MPBL making demands and saying, I want out! Play me or trade me! No, those discussions do not exist in any of those leagues. Now again, I'm not a hater of the concept of player empowerment. I think that if an institution can apply downward pressure on a player to perform, if the player performs to the level of that expectation, then they should be able to apply upward pressure as well. That upward pressure coming in the form of demands that they feel are correct and justifiable based on their performance. The only downside I see to this is that we'll probably see the same effect and type of negative blowback that we're already seeing in leagues like the NBA, for example. The loyalty discussion comes up a lot. Parity does become at some point an issue when bigger institutions are able to harbor or poach these type of really good big name players. And we've seen it play out over the past couple of years where players from championship programs move from one school to the other in favor of offers, opportunities, what have you. And the latest seismic activity in this space is from two individuals, one in Precious Momoway, who's now leaving UE, and Jonty Miller, who's now leaving San Beda in favor of possibly better offers from top tier schools. Now again, I'm not mad at them being able to do that. My whole take is that at some point there should be some level of regulation comes to this type of player movement. So schools and institutions like San Beda don't feel like they got the shorter end of the stick, so to speak. And we continue to see the parity in competition that has made both the NCAA and the UAAP very watchable. All right, guys, let me know what you think. This video is brought to you by Winsier. Win big with Winsier, win from within.